Elite Facts presents
10 outrageous reasons people have filed for divorce.
10.
We've all seen, and maybe even been a victim to, how Facebook can destroy a relationship in a matter of minutes. In a newly married couple of just 2 months, a wife files for divorce from her husband, all because he forgot to change his Facebook status to married. The wife wished to divorce her husband, who was a businessman, for the most ridiculous reason. The husband said since the marriage was so fresh, he got lost in his work and it slipped his mind about changing his status. When taken to court, the judge sentenced the couple to counseling to try and sort out their predicament.
9.
A German woman divorced her significant other for his incessant cleaning. Wouldn't most women appreciate it if their husbands cleaned and tidied up the house? Well, I guess not. As it turns out, the man was so fixated with cleaning, he actually knocked down a wall for being dirty, and he rebuilt it. Now we all understand that everyone has their own idiosyncrasies, but tearing down a wall just for being dirty?
8.
In Israel, a man decided enough is enough when his wife adopted 550 cats and brought them all home. The man's wife surprised him with the litter, and at first he was fine with it. They all got along very well and the extended family was extremely happy. But as the days and months passed by, he realized that the cats were in the way of everything. They crowded the kitchen, the bathroom, and every other room in between. The husband realized that his income was being spent mostly on cat food and not human food. This is when he snapped. The husband then saw the cats stealing food from the dining table after he had confronted his wife about the splurging on cat food. This was the last straw and he divorced his cat-loving wife.
7.
World of Warcraft is one of the biggest selling games in the world, but the makers didn't expect it to be a marriage breaker. When a 28-year-old gamer presented her husband with the World of Warcraft game for Christmas, that is exactly what they got. When Peter got the game, he got so involved in it, he began to neglect himself and his wife. He stopped doing his chores, as well as stopped paying the bills. In a matter of 9 months of playing the game, their 6-year marriage was called off.
6.
After being married for 50 years, a 70-year-old Romanian woman finally decided that she needed to be separated from her husband. She said that her husband had been spending all their money on feeding the stray dogs around the neighborhood. She recalls her husband buying some scraps of food for just a couple of dogs initially and found it extremely touching. But towards the end of their marriage, the husband was feeding over 20 stray dogs, which meant food from the house was being taken out. Unable to deal with the loss, she decided to file for divorce.
5.
We all know that poker can sometimes go a bit too far, and the players can, at times, lose whatever possessions they have. But this bet took the game to a very different level. A Russian man lost his entire savings in a game against his opponent. He really wanted to play more, but he had no money to, so he did the unthinkable and bet his wife. He lost the hand, and with it, his wife. When his opponent showed up at the man's home to take what he had won, his wife was absolutely furious. She then divorced him and began a relationship with his opponent, and they were later married.
4.
In China, a man filed for divorce from his beautiful wife when he found out the truth about said beauty. The wife did not tell him about the plastic surgery operation she had undergone. She spent $100,000 on the procedure, which gave her her stunning looks. He was deeply in love with his gorgeous wife until the couple was blessed with a baby girl. According to the man, the baby did not look like him or his wife. In fact, he said the baby was horrifically ugly. The wife feared being charged with adultery, and she finally confessed. Feng sued her, won, and divorced the woman.
3.
A very rich and successful banker from London decided to divorce her husband based on the reason that he refused to pleasure her. The 41-year-old woman wished to spice up their marriage by reading and practicing some of the moves in the erotic novel 50 Shades of Grey. When she presented the idea to her husband, he refused and literally went crazy because of his wife's obscure request. Since the book failed to improve their love and sex life, she decided to be single and ready to mingle.
2.
A Chinese man found out that his wife of 10 years had lied to him from the beginning. She had told him that she was 24 when he worked up the courage to propose, but in reality, she was 30. When he found out the truth, he just could not believe it and saw no other outcome but divorce. For a small little number, she lost out on a happy marriage.
1.
In 2008, a 56-year-old Chinese man was divorced by his wife because he ran across China to show his support for the Beijing Olympics. According to his wife, he sold his apartment and purchased a van and supplies for the run. He also hired a team of 6 men to help him on his mission. On the side of the van, he painted the words, "Support Beijing Olympics," in Chinese as well as in English. His wife warned him, saying that she would divorce him if he went through with it. He refused to listen as he believed she was bluffing, but when he finished his run, she carried out her plans and divorced him.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.